thank you for joining Sports Development Series. We yours truly, Boma Ekiora.
I always have to remind myself or recognize, let's use the word recognize, that we live in an era where drama is monetized. Mm-hmm. That's first things first. So the question becomes, what I'm looking at or what I'm hearing, is it really drama? Is it really drama? This girl she has been getting to world championship finals and she has been a top, when I say top 5, top 10 athlete, the top 10 is a bit of a, top 10 might be selling her short. I would say she has been a top 5 sprinter for the past 3-4 years. She's, in my opinion, bona fide world-class athlete. Michael Johnson himself tipped her to win. Said, look, don't sleep on this girl, man. She doesn't play. She's very tidy. She's very consistent. If anybody shakes a little bit, man, she can take this. Okay? Now, hurdling and sprinting are not exactly the same. When you are hurdling, there are so many things that can go wrong that slow you down. You jump over, you go too close to the hurdle, you end up jumping up instead of over. You do that 10 times, you can lose half a second. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Okay? You do it 5 times, you can lose 0.2 seconds. Right? You don't do it at all. They were talking about gaining half a second. So you have Tobi Amosun, somebody she's very tidy already. She doesn't look particularly very strong, you know? But then on this given day, she doesn't make a single mistake. 12-1 is not out of the realm for any of those athletes. If you just have a perfect race, boom, you run 12-1. That's so for me, there's nothing amazing there. What Michael Johnson, from what I gathered when I heard him say it, what he was worried about was in the semi-final, somebody crossed the line at 12-5. I think it was her. Then they corrected it to 12-4. And he was like, that's strange. Normally, when they correct time, 0.01, 0.03, but a whole tenth of a second seems big. Maybe the equipment is malfunctioning. Then they get to semifinals, and in that heat, national record, PB, world record. He's like, hey, hold up. We need to verify this time is correct before we start shouting world record.
So people across the board, right? Mm-hmm. It wasn't just her. They all ran.
PB, go look at it. PB, national record, PB. It was a blistering race. Come on, old girl was in there. What's her name? Former world record holder. She bossed 12-2. Everybody ran fast. You know? Now, does that mean there was something wrong with the time? No. But is it okay to say, oh, everybody, before we start jubilating, let's make sure they're not just going to suddenly wind this down to 12-3 or 12-4. From what I understood when I was listening to him, that's what he's in the business. I'm in the business. So I understand. You see, sometimes you see amazing times and you're like, what? How did this happen? Are you sure the clock is right? It happens. For me, that's all that happened there. That's all that happened there. Finals game, she runs 12-0. So what do you want to say? Yes, it's a 2.5 win, but 2.5, that ain't nothing. It's a 2.5 win, okay. But she runs 12-0. So, okay, we know it's bona fide. She's that fast. That's it. But all he did was, hey, before we start jubilating, let's, make sure everything was kosher. Now, if the argument was, what would he have said the same thing if it was Keddy Harrison that ran 12-1? I don't think he would have said the same thing. Now, I don't believe he would have said the same thing, not because Tobi is Nigerian and Kenny is American, but because Kenny has run 12-2. And 12-2 is not too far from 12-1. Tobi was running 12-4, and then she ran 12-1. So, for me, there's a very, very, how should I put it? It's a logical question to ask. Are we sure the time is correct? It's a logical question to ask. I don't believe he meant anything by it. I don't believe there was any malice involved. He just saw an amazing time, and he just saw a hit with only amazing times, and he was like, hey, the hits before, there was something funny with the time. Are we sure that's not the same thing happening here? That's all. For me, it's manufactured drama. Drama, people you just make one video and talk about how Michael Jackson doesn't like Africans. You go and get your likes, you get your clicks, you pocket your money, you go and buy ice cream. That's what's happening here, man. That's what's up. People out there making money from drama. I don't blame them. I ain't knocking them. Hey, man, it's not against the law. I ain't knocking you, man. You want to make money from drama, by all means, make money from drama. That's the world we live in now. You know, maybe, I don't know if it's a good thing. It might teach people to be more precise with their words. It might teach people to be more eloquent in the way they speak.
Or maybe people just need to be more objective and listen to what people are saying. You know, at the end of the day, it's his job as an analyst is to analyze. You know, you can't listen. I've watched soccer games or American football games and I listen to analysts go off about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, I don't agree with them all the time, but that's what they were hired for. And a lot of times these guys like Michael Johnson have decades of experience behind their belt.
Man,
it is what it is. And but you know what? She shut the critics up. She went out there in the final, won it, set a world record.
Won it big.
She
ran away with it, man. No, look.
So that's all that matters.
What the only concern I have is if she also took part in the drama, which I didn't see her do. That I like about it.
I didn't see any comments she made that way.
She did big girl for the situation. Hats off. That's how big girl, act like you've been here before kind of behavior. I like that. That was awesome. So, and I think the reason why is she also understands whenever you have shocking times like that, questions come up. It's not till today, Flojo's 100 meters record, we are still questioning it till today. Yeah, she's not Nigerian, she's an American. Yeah, she has been given the record, but most enthusiasts, most analysts in the sport don't really consider that to be the world record.
So I don't want to tarnish Flojo's name though. But drugs and